Inside this YouTube video, I am exposing my exact Instagram strategy that I am using to grow this year in 2024, specifically within that. So I currently have about 18,000 followers on Instagram, which, by the way, if you're not following me, you should go ahead and follow me over there. We share daily business advice, but I'm really looking to grow our audience as far as growing our following count, but also engage our current audience and convert into more sales for our business. And that's really the lens that I'm looking through. Like, okay, when it comes to Instagram, I mean, I've been showing up on Instagram now for 8 years now to grow my business in different ways. I've pivoted a lot over the years, but as a business educator, I've been using Instagram for a solid 3 or 4 years now to grow my sales, to grow my audience. So what are the things that I am thinking about and looking at when it comes to Instagram for 2024? What I'm leaning into, what I'm noticing is working for conversions for business. That's what we're gonna dive into, and let's go ahead and reveal it now. Okay, so the first thing that I am really leaning into, what I am looking at in the new year, is leaning even more heavily into using ManyChat automation. If you've been around here for a while, you know that I love ManyChat, and we have multiple tutorials on this channel. We'll have them linked below if you're interested in checking them out, but I am obsessed. It has helped to 3 times our story views, generate thousands of leads for our business, and when it comes specifically to email list growth and affiliate marketing, it has been an absolute game changer. We use it for automations when like someone comments a certain word on a reel, or maybe they DM us a certain word, and it will automatically send them a link back to a freebie, a paid offer, or an affiliate link. And so we've been able to generate a lot of organic marketing for our business by leaning into ManyChat. And so it's a super powerful tool that has been approved by Instagram to use. So it's not going to penalize your account to use it. And as business owners, it's a huge opportunity right now to not only get more visible on Instagram, because when people comment for the link or DM you for the link, that's increasing your engagement, which is then in turn increasing your reach, because Instagram sees that as engagement, and that's good for the algorithm, right? And it helps you to get seen more in the algorithm. But it's a way not only to get seen more, but to see more conversions, because you're literally DMing people a link to get on your email list, to join your paid programs. Like, that is absolutely crazy. And it's unlike anything we've ever seen on Instagram before, at least that I've seen on Instagram. And that's something that has just steadily gained more and more popularity in 2023 that I am definitely looking to utilize in 2024 and lean into, especially as a business owner. This is huge too, because if you're familiar with Instagram stories, if you've ever used the link sticker on your stories, I know for me, typically when I use that link sticker, my views will go down a little bit. And when you're using a ManyChat like DM automation instead, it actually helps to increase story views, and it's not going to hurt you as much because you're getting engagement on your stories. Like, it's just crazy, and it gives you the ability to give a lot of people a link to something without more work on your end having to manually send it to people, and be able to increase your visibility. So I think it's just crazy. So if you're interested, again, in checking that out, learning more about it, we have multiple videos in this channel about it. The second biggest part of my Instagram strategy moving into 2024, and what I am looking to lean into, especially considering that I also want to be getting in front of new people and a new audience consistently, is continuing to post primarily reels as my feed posts content on Instagram. So we post typically 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and 4 of those are reels. 1 of those is a photo post. Sometimes we'll post 1 extra reel on Tuesday or Friday, but typically 5 different feed posts. And we are really focused on those 5 feed posts being reels. And we're going to continue to do that, because even though in about mid 2023, Instagram did come out and say they were almost not favoring photo posts, but they were going to balance it a little bit more as far as your reach for photo posts versus reels. But there has been some rumblings again of Instagram leaning back more into reels. And even with that algorithm change in 2023, like, I still saw way more reach on my reels, especially when it comes to non-follower reach. And I look at my analytics, like, I'm seeing way more non-follower reach on my Instagram reels. Not that photo posts are all bad, right? It's a great way to reach your current audience, your current followers, and reach new people, or reach your current following in that way. But Reels is still where it's at when it comes to reaching new people on Instagram. It's been the #1 way I've reached new people, literally millions of people, ever since it came out in 2020. So I am still going to be heavily leaning into Instagram Reels. If you're wondering exactly what is working on Reels right now, we actually have a free Instagram Reels class all about how to grow your business reach, followers, and customers with Reels in just a few hours every month. month. So if you're interested in learning more, the link will be right below in the description of this video to watch that class. That's where I'm really revealing like what types of reels to make, what ideas are working, how to look at it for business, and also how to save time creating it as a busy business owner, because you don't have all day to make your reels, right? And there's a way to do reels where they're super simple, but they work and they convert. So super excited for you to jump into that class too. It's about an hour long, super in-depth, super educational, so be sure to watch it at the link below. The third thing that I am going to be leaning into in Instagram, or for my Instagram strategy in 2024, is using stories to engage and sell to my warm audience. Okay, so basically when I say this, I am, first of all, number one, not afraid to sell in my stories anymore. I feel like there was a time period where I was just worried about reach and views and visibility. That was like, well, my personal brand content, like content about me and my life, like does a lot better. So I'm gonna focus on that for my stories. But what I have found is that there actually is a way to sell in stories that feels organic and natural and fun and creative, and also sprinkle in your personal brand content, which is still very important, right, for engaging your current audience. So when I think about my goals of engaging my current audience, like that's still so important. But I am incorporating even more and leaning even more into not being afraid to sell to our warm audience when it comes to especially Instagram stories. We could also take this a step further with DMs. So when I say sell in stories, that could be sharing freebies in my stories, sharing direct links to offers, sharing student wins, sharing a behind the scenes of how I'm creating a new offer or updating something. It could be literally anything I want it to be, like how what I've learned and what I teach has applied to my own business and how I'm seeing results in my own business. Like there's really a lot of different ways that you can incorporate and share and essentially sell in your stories, even if it doesn't feel like selling. And something that I'm leaning into really heavily in 2024 that I started out not doing in 2023 is leaning more into that mindset of selling in my stories. And every single day when I show up on stories, which I typically do 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, and I take Sunday off every week, but Monday through Saturday, at least one story minimum needs to be selling. And when I say selling, again, it could just mean sharing about a freebie, mentioning an offer, talking about my offers, talking about working on an offer, sharing a student win, like whatever that looks like, really just making sure that that is a big part of the content I'm sharing on stories, and also getting creative with the way that I'm sharing it, making it fun for me to create, but also for my audience to consume, right? There's this rule that people have to see something 7 times to convert. So posting once a week on stories about our paid offers or about our freebies is not enough. We need to be sharing about them over and over and over again, and essentially be relentless about the way that we are sharing them, especially if our goal is conversions, sales, email list growth. We need to be sharing about those things every single day if possible. And again, this is incorporating it into many other stories that you are sharing, just about your day-to-day life or anything else you want to share on stories, but making sure that you are making selling a priority, aka putting people to your paid offers and your freebies. That's going to lead to email list growth, right? So just making sure that that is a part of your strategy. Like that's something that I am definitely going to be leaning into in the new year in 2024, because I know that like that has been so impactful for my business this year, is leaning into that. And I started off the year, like I mentioned, not really doing that. And as the year went on, I was leaning into that more and more and more. And I've only seen better and better results the more I've done that. And the more that I talk about my offers, the more that I talk about my freebies, like sometimes just sharing it once, someone's not going to resonate with the way you shared it that time, but maybe the next time you share it in a different way or a different format will resonate with them. And then they'll finally opt into your freebie or buy your course or sign up for your program or sign up for your waitlist, like whatever it is. So that's why it is so important to be sharing about those things over and over again and to not shy away from that. And that also kind of pairs with the idea of the ManyChat automations, where using those to share about specifically like links to your paid offers, to your freebies, can really help to mitigate a little bit. Like the story reach might go down when you start sharing about that. But if you use a ManyChat automation and you're getting people excited about it and getting them wanting to respond for that link, I really encourage you to lean into that and pair that with this, because that's going to help you to still gain great visibility on your stories, but still be sharing and sharing about your paid offers and your freebies and essentially be selling every single day. If you haven't already, I really encourage you to watch that free Reels class that I mentioned earlier in this YouTube video, all about how to grow your reach, followers, and customers with Reels. If you're really looking to do the work and to grow specifically like your following and attracting ideal customers, dream clients to your Instagram account, you're gonna wanna start with this free Reels class. It's really gonna dive deep into exactly how to do that. And I walk you through a roadmap for doing it in a few hours every month and creating your Reels in a few hours every single month, what that looks like, how to come up with the right ideas, how to attract the right people with your Reels, how to ultimately see conversions with your Reels and what that looks like. And it's under an hour. So if you're interested in checking it out, the link will be right below in the description. Like I mentioned, we've had literally thousands of you go through this class and absolutely rave about it. So I think you're really gonna love it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, feel free to also drop that in the comments down below. We regularly check YouTube comments. So if you have any questions about Instagram or our strategy and what I'm doing to grow our account this year, be sure to drop that below and I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye guys.